Hello, guys. Welcome and thank you for watching. My name is Jason, and you're watching Ray of Light Tarot, also known as Seva Sundar. And I'm here with someone who goes by also a spiritual name that you may recognize, and that is my friend and soul sister, Jai Govind. What's up, Jai?
Hello, everybody.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
It's good to be back and doing, readings with you and
I know.
sharing and hanging out. It's been a while. But
I know.
It's been a good little break too.
Right. Everything ebbs and flows. And I think, you've had some stuff going on and I've had some stuff going on in very different energies. And, we keep in touch, but things definitely, it was good to sort of give it a break. And I know a lot of people were excited when they heard you and I were going to be renewing our mini reads. And we are, for those of you, as people flow in, I don't know if the notification went out right away or not, but it may take a minute for people to flow in if it didn't. No big deal. We got to do our little chat and catch up like we do anyway. Is it like, and pretend we have coffee cups like Kathy Lee and Hoda or something. I've got an espresso, a New York City espresso cup from Starbucks.
That's
New
really
York City
cool.
Starbucks. Somebody gave me that was in New York. Like I need New York City souvenirs. I've probably been there more than anyone who doesn't live there. Okay. So what I want to talk about, Jai, is number one. What is it?
Can't see it. Hang on. Can you
Sure.
guys see? Let me type it up. Can you guys see us? Because on my screen, it's doing this little like loading thing.
Oh, okay.
Let me check. Actually,
So it could be like some or what?
Oh, I think it's just my.
It looks
phone.
great.
I think it's
okay.
Me. Okay. So awesome. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
My phone's just doing something weird. I just had to make sure because if it wasn't working, like, what the heck?
Life has hiccups.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
life.
Okay, here we go. So we've got Darcy in here.
Hey,
Dawn,
Darcy.
Sparky. Hey, guys. Yeah, we know there's no notifications. But anyways, okay, so you were saying?
Yeah. So just basically, guys, while you're coming in, I was telling Jai, I'm just so excited to be and I feel the excitement from other people when I mentioned the other day that you and I were going to be doing mini reads when we came on to talk about the class, that there was people were like, yeah, cool. And people have been asking me about it since. So, the thing is, we will probably continue to do mini readings on occasion. And maybe even more often, we just kind of, when it comes to things, although Jai and I are very business minded and able to put our nose to the ground when it comes to appointments and stuff, I was just talking about how when it's things like this that you don't have to do, but you do as both sort of a service and just to have fun and do something together and to bring everyone together in a nice energy. It's best to do it when the energy feels flowy and right. And we were going to come on tonight to talk about this exciting course, basically. And this was a perfect time to do this. So $38.38. The list is open. We have two on the list, Kristina G and Valerie. So Kristina and Valerie are on the list. We're going to start the mini readings at about 10 o'clock, give or take. And just whenever we're finished discussing the thing that we really came on here to discuss. And that's, what Jai and I are doing. The collaboration that we're doing for 2020 is a little different than the last collaboration we did, which was a 6-week course. Which was a great success. I think everyone who was part of that course, at least based on their, reviews and the recommendations they gave, were really pleased and I think got a lot out of it. I did too, didn't you, Jai?
I did. No, it was actually a really powerful experience to go through that
yes.
Because it's like when we do stuff like that, we go through it too, in a way.
Yeah, and you learn so much, which is why, guys, for those of you, because we're touching on in these so what we're going to do, Jai had, as always, she has some amazing ideas, and it was basically her idea to do this. And I was like, I immediately knew. I got the click. Instead of doing a course that's like you pay whatever hundreds of dollars possibly to do a 6-week or 12-week course with us where you're locked in and you have to rearrange your whole schedule, we're going to do more and less at the same time, which gives you the option to do more or less. And what it is we're going to do monthly master classes. So we haven't decided. It's going to probably be a little flexible which Sunday of the month we do it on, but this Sunday will be the first one. It's really for February, so we're probably going to for January. So we haven't talked about this, but I think we're going to probably squeeze 2 into February, maybe 1 toward the end.
I actually was going to say, yeah.
Right.
I had
Jai
this
and I are
thought already.
We're already on. a lot of things we don't even have to talk about it.
Technically, this is the January one.
This is the January one, because we really want to do one a month for the whole year. 2020, guys, is going to be epic. And so this is an exciting opportunity what I was going to say is, for those of you who are wondering, okay, well, I already took the 6-week course. Would this first class, which is about manifestation, which I learned about law of attraction, would it even be necessary for me? And the answer, I think, is a resounding yes, because of what Jai and I just talked about, which is, number one, even if we weren't covering anything new, which we will be, even if we weren't, even as the instructors of the 6-week course, we got so much out of it, and we were teaching it. But it's not just about that part of it. It's about so much more. And we're deep diving, guys. The class Sunday is 2 hours long, and it's not just a 2 hour, let's sip some tea with our pinky in the air and eat cookies. This is going to be deep. We're going deep into this stuff, and we're going to talk about how to really I called it, when I was talking about it earlier, Jai, I called it the protein. It's like getting the protein, the meat and potatoes. Like this is the stuff that sticks to your bones. We want to go in there. And so what do you want to say about what we're going to be doing with, as far as just what you felt when you started thinking about this plan? Oh, and will you talk a little bit about how the great thing about this is, if you take all 12 classes, you're basically taking more than just the 6-week course last year, but you have the option to take each one separately, to take 1, 12, any number in between each month, and decide your level of participation in this course. So it is a course, but it's master classes each month.
Yeah, no, I think that's such it's a magnificent idea.
Yeah.
So this first class, when, we started talking about what can we do, how can we work together? I've also been talking about how collaborations this year, I feel like kind of the right thing to do. I think we both instantly said, like, let's talk about the law of attraction. I think we both kind of said, why don't we just do it on the law of attraction? And it's not, but here's the thing, because like we hear as a collective, we all hear so many things about the law of attraction, but there are little nuances and little details that if you don't know these things, you won't know that what you're doing. Like, right.
And can I just say, and you won't get it until you get it. Cause I read The Secret remember the book, The Secret? In fact, it's right here. Guys, if you've read this book, great book. I read it 2 or 3 times a few years back. It sounded good. I got the general idea, but it went in one ear and out the other. I didn't get it. I didn't get it inside what it means. And when you get it, then the real good stuff starts. And the real
it's intricate, and it's not just about the law of attraction. And that is why the class is so important to take, because we're going to tell you, like, in general, people pretty much know what the law of attraction is, but they don't really know like how it actually works and how it never stops working. Right. And that part of it is what I think we all could really have more of an understanding of. And that way we can decipher, like, where do we want to take our life from this moment forward? Because that's a decision that you have to take.
And that's the thing too. I 100% agree. Because it's not about knowing it. It's about feeling it and getting it. Because it's kind of like I was telling Jai, I was telling some people yesterday about what kind of helped pull me out of my sort of sadness recently. And I said, as crazy as it sounds, it was watching some stuff on, I think, Netflix about the Holocaust. And, like, I know about the Holocaust. We all know about the Holocaust and the horrors of the Holocaust and the Nazi concentration camps, the extermination camps, and what happened to Jews and homosexuals, and what happened. But, you can know it. You can know the history, studied it in class and taken tests. But when you feel it, when you really feel it, is when it wakes something up in you. And even if it only just, like, from my experience, makes you really appreciate and be grateful for the life you have, for your freedoms, whatever, that's a change that happens. What we want you guys to do is take the knowledge, but really understand when you, like, knowing it and then going, wait, this is so real that if I embrace this and if I become a sponge for this information and absorb it like a sponge absorbs water, my whole life will change. Literally. My whole life will change. It's so exciting it's groundbreaking, guys. It's groundbreaking. And this information is out there. It's been out there for a long time, but it takes living it. It takes having people, surrounding yourself with people who understand it, who deep dive into it and get it. So I'm so excited. Like,
plus, I mean, like me, so that's what me and you have done. Like I and no, we're not perfect, but we have had many, many experiences that have taught us, right? That have taught us how to, what's really going on, and like how much, we really are, manifesting, and, and we've sort of like gotten to see it in action many times before in our lives. And so it is someone who has, like you say, that understanding and that awareness that can really at least open up a whole new way of looking at what manifesting really is.
Well, and I think it's so important. Totally. This keys into that, Jai. It's so important what you just said about no one's perfect. We're not perfect. No. And it's what manifestation really is. It reminds me of Carrie Fisher. Princess Leia said in an interview, she was talking about all of her bad experiences. And then Diane Sawyer said at the end, so now is it happily ever after? And I remember Carrie Fisher kind of laughed and she said, no such animal. She said, it's everything ever after. And that's what you have to remember. It's about it's about not having expectations. And if you do have expectations, make them realistic. Like, I'm always going to be happy, sad, up, down. That's part of life. But the beauty of that is when you have the law of attraction on your side and manifestation and truly know how to consciously manifest, you can magnify the happy, magnify the blessings, magnify the abundance, and minimize the sad, minimize the challenges. Learn more from the challenges. All of it becomes manageable, right? So it's exciting. I love what you said, because that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Awesome.
Does anybody real quick, before we get into like the hardcore stuff, people have been asking, like, what have we been doing and where have you been? I don't know, and stuff. Yeah. So I know, like, I don't know if you want to talk about it, what you've been doing recently. I know you had a sort of a cool weekend, right?
Well, it was really intense, actually. Honestly, we started the weekend off with the new moon in Aquarius, and I remember talking about it in the astrology video and talking about the fact that Uranus was going to be squaring this new moon, and the new moon. I'm actually doing the moon goddess training that started as well. Nice, and that's amazing, and I'm really happy with being in that process. Because it just lets me like dive in really deep to like the moon and things like that. So however, I like really did not expect how intense this new moon was going to be. And Uranus, so what Uranus has been doing, it's like Uranus is like the planet of its surprises. So this weekend has been like just one surprise after another. Luckily for me, it's been like, well, of course, when you learn the right perspective,
that's so funny, because things, you always, when it comes to astrology and the moon, you're prepared. So this is so funny to hear. Like,
but you can't be prepared for like Uranus surprises, and so it was like one thing after another that was, it almost felt like I was on one trajectory, and then all of a sudden, like I had to change my mind, like I had to change and try and do something else. Or, like as I was landing, and the whole time before I took the trip, I was like, I'm not even going to let anybody know I'm coming. Like, I'm just going to do my class and then, and then come back, and I'll plan another trip where I get to go see everybody. I did not expect to land. And as we were landing, to get this strong urge to go see everybody.
Right.
And so that was like the first surprise. So I was so excited to be there. And so like, on Friday I was like driving to Boulder, and I actually, here's the next surprise. Like when I get into the Enterprise rent-a-car, they were like, here's your two options. You can have this one Nissan something SUV looking car, or we also have this Mustang convertible. Nice. And I was like,
so you chose the Nissan. No, I'm just kidding.
No, dude, I went with the Mustang, and it was like so wild, like the whole experience, right? So now I'm like driving to Boulder in a Mustang convertible, which I would never even have as a car myself. But that was really the fun part of it. Then I got to see like my friend that I haven't seen since I left, and And then, the next day I got to go to my class and spend all day doing amazing, prayer work and learning more about the Pachacuti Mesa and the altar. And it's Peruvian shamanism that I'm learning right now. It's a year-long apprenticeship. And then after that, I actually got to go spend some time with my sister and my niece. And
Chandra Sangat and Julia.
And that was like really unexpected. But it all flowed. Like the thing that needed to really happen, that would make your experience better when it comes to these things, is to stay open-minded and to just go with it.
Right.
That's and I just went with it. I was like, I had felt no pressure. I felt like nothing. I was like, okay, it's going that way. Let's go that way with it. Like I didn't resist any of it. It was weird. It was like really freeing to be in that space and just like go with the flow. And that was what my weekend was about. No, it's not. That we always try to like make things dramatic and, and
right. We always want to be in control, right? We always want to, or as much as we can. And, that's why we like when it comes, that's such the human tendency to try to control everything. And I love that you were able to do that, because that's what life is supposed to be, where you learn, because that's how the universe works. You have to learn to flow where it's telling you to flow. It's kind of like just trying to be flexible. And, when someone pops up in your life or in your face, it's happening for a reason. Deal with it, whatever. Like instead, we so try to like run and, oh, I'm not ready for this. Don't put this in my face, or I can't deal with that. I wasn't prepared for that. No, you're not supposed to be prepared. If you were supposed to be prepared, it would have been in your date book. Right. It's, that's beautiful. I love that. Yeah. It sounds like you had a really cool, like just a really refreshing. I talked to you, it's the word that came to mind was like refreshing, very refreshing. Renewing.
It was a very much needed break too from the regular day to day. And another thing that was surprising is that I actually felt like I want to travel more. That's new.
Me too. I have not been doing a lot of traveling, and I need and desire to. So that's one thing this year that's on the list this year is more traveling. Less hermiting, less Virgo hermiting. And I'm glad you had a good weekend. I've been a lot better recently. I went ahead and told my subscribers in a video just like recently the other day about what which I've told about like just the feelings I've been going through, and kind of I went through a lot of not dealing with stuff last year that I needed to deal with. Like I just cruised through it, but you can only run from your feelings and your sadness for so long before it does catch up with you. And that's part of things we will talk about also when it comes to like the law of attraction. But I finally did like some hardcore grieving, and I became a little hopeless there, and it was scary. It was lonely. It was dark. It was sad. And I'll tell you, something beautiful happened that was like, I don't know, the eclipse and the full moon in Cancer. My moon is in Cancer, so that may be a part of it. I didn't suddenly feel happy. That wasn't what happened. But I suddenly was connecting again. And when you're connected, when you feel, you're always connected. When you feel connected, it doesn't matter a lot of the things that are going on in the human body, like in the flesh. All of a sudden, it's kind of like, I always think of Dawn, her husband Dawn, I'm talking about, guys. I always think of your husband Dawn and his death, near death or death experience, and how drowning and going out of his body and just being in spirit, sort of connected like that, how suddenly nothing was so important that was so important. Good and bad didn't exist. Like all the things that were so, oh my God, all the anger you would feel for people, all the resentment, all the anything, it all just is gone. It's so meaningless. It's all love. And all of that stuff is what I was starting to feel when I felt that connection from that energy, whatever caused it, that connection. It was much more like, oh, why I don't need to grieve anything, because there is no sadness or loss. Why do I need to grieve? We are so, guys, what we're doing, if our energies are communing and working together, ooh, it's scary in a good way. So it was a beautiful thing. My readings have been like scary on point, where people are calling, where people are like, people that I'm close to, I did a couple readings for friends, are calling me the next day and going, okay, it happened literally 3 hours and 21 minutes after you said it would happen, when I said that will never in a million years happen. And And you said, oh yes, it will. And like, it's crazy the things that, so
yeah, well, that's the kind of thing that I think has been going on, I think for all of us. And this year is, I feel like there's two different sort of ways to look at it, but I prefer to look at the bright side of stuff and the optimistic side of stuff, even though there are really big, intense changes.
Yes.
But it's just like, I feel like this year is a year of like a lot of growth. And if you really put in the work, it'll happen.
There's been a ramping up in a lot of ways, right? Like a ramping up in everyone and energies and things like that. And I know what you mean. Like a lot of people are scared and there's a lot going on in the world. Yeah. Part of the reason that people who really lead from love, light and love, and that's the focus that they're being brought together at this time, and they're really seeing these changes, is because it has to counteract the darkness. And the darkness, I hate to always bring up things like Star Wars, but it's one of my favorite all-time series. And in Star Wars, the Emperor, not the Emperor, the other bad guy, I remember in like the trailer, he said, darkness rises and light to meet it. Like as darkness rises, light has to rise to meet the darkness, right? There has to be that balance. And that's what's happening right now. You can see on the news. I mean, we've got a president who is well, I'm not going to get into politics, but if you've seen or heard the impeachment of the person who's in the White House right now and why, I mean, like what's going on, everything. There is a lot of darkness rising. So the light's going to rise to meet it. Okay.
Yeah,
I feel that, y'all.
Yeah.
I feel that.
So our class, if you guys want to, so the list is open, you guys. If you want to sign up for
the list is open.
In the description is the details, but basically it's $38.38 to Cash App =Ray of Light Tarot. That's the preferred way. But you can also do PayPal, and that is also in the description.
Yes, and also, Jai, what I want to mention for you, we're going to be doing, just so you guys understand, it is $38.38, but we're doing pretty cool stuff. I'm pulling from my Arcanum Tarot and Angels of Atlantis for a special like Oracle card guidance for you each. And Jai, what's the deck you're going to be using?
Oh, I'm going to be using a new deck I got called Archetypes.
Looks really cool. The
cards are round.
Yeah, I love.
I've been wanting to. When I saw that this deck was coming out, I really wanted to get it, and so I'll be using this book. So it's like Oracle cards, and I'll be using like the description in the book as well. And I have my astrology dice and the Moonology cards, and also there's a new Rebecca Campbell Star Child Tarot or something like that. But I'll be using these two.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll admit it, guys. I was jealous when I saw the new deck I got. Like we're like kids.
I've never used it before. I've never even looked through it.
We compete with decks. Like, I got this deck. I
honestly have not even looked through just like a little bit, but I have not read. So it's going to be like another surprise.
Yeah, cool. That's awesome. That's the best way to do it, man. Bless those cards and throw them out. So guys, if you want to get on the list, there's just 2 people right now. They're going to be good readings. But just real quick for a few more, do we have time? Yeah, we got about 2-3 more minutes. Don't miss this course Sunday. Like if you're struggling, guys, listen, if you're struggling right now, and I know, like Jai said, a lot of us are, but your light is ready to rise right now because of what's going on. If you're in the darkness and you're experiencing out in the world, Spirit, you're not hearing about this right now for no reason. It's because Source Spirit wants you to know there's a way to help your light rise, to be able to deal with this darkness we all deal with right now in the world, right? You need some place to go, and you need to find a way to bring yourself into an understanding and to be able to live the law of attraction, among many other things that we'll get into this year. But specifically this Sunday. And we want to help people. That's what makes us feel good about what we do, is that it's helping people. It's going to be Sunday. The information, did you put it in the description? I put it in the description.
Awesome. I put the link in the description. So basically the link takes you to the page I created to sign up. It's through Calendly. So you just pick February 2nd when you get to it, and then it'll guide you through. And it is this Sunday, February 2nd at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 4 p.m. Eastern.
Guys, and it's $44. $44 for 2
bucks
hours,
only,
interactive. You're going to learn a
Yeah.
lot. We want it to be affordable. This is a labor of love for us. It really is. And I used to hate when people say things like that, but when it's true, it's true. It's a labor of love for us. We're not doing this for our health. Well, we are to a certain extent, because it is healthy for us to do these things, but we're not doing it because, you know, we're going to go out and make a bank load of money, and we're not doing it because we don't have anything else to do on Sunday afternoons. Okay.
Right.
Guys, we want to help you, help us help you.
Awesome.
So Kristina G, we're going to start with you. If you want to, Jai's getting something, probably whatever.
Yeah.
Kristina G, go ahead and put your question up if you are ready for it, for the guidance, and Jai will read it to us. And if anyone else has made a payment, I'm going to check the list in a few minutes, the payment apps in just a few minutes after we do Kristina and Valerie. But you can also put your name, just say like in the chat, say, you know, I paid, and it's under this name if you want. You don't have to.
Kristina, any messages for my twin flame journey?
Okay, before we start shuffling, I'm just going to say a quick intention for us, for everyone here. Thank you, Source. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, archangels, angels, all spirit guides for all of us, and all of our ancestors and loved ones who guide us and are with us. Thank you for holding us and gathering around us, protecting all of our light, our energy, keeping us in the vibration that we need to be in order to assist people, specifically Jai and I, for the reading today, helping us to connect, allowing us to connect for the purpose of getting clear and direct healing guidance for the people who are seeking that. Thank you so, so much. All right.
Okay.
Was it just about, I'm sorry. So Kristina's question was.
She wants any messages for her twin flame journey.
Got it. And let me just say one thing, because a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people have been asking me about doing the twin soul course or something like that. Not doing it. My heart's not in that twin soul thing right now. When your heart, you have to feel passionate, as far as I'm concerned, about something to do it. And I'm not on the like twin soul train right now. My heart's not in that. So I will, though. I think Jai and I, because I believe, Jai, you're probably a twin soul. You just weren't like into like knowing what that was, or into that thing when you and Dawn came into union. It doesn't, you don't need to be, you know, but I think we probably could do a class. Just in the outline, we had that kind of listed as one. So one of the master classes probably will touch on twin flames, soulmates, all spiritual type of connections. Okay, guys. So if that is something of interest, just know we probably will touch on that sometime this year, but no courses for that, for me at least.
Okay, I got some cards, but I'm gonna pull them up on the. Did you mute yourself? Oh, okay. So this is actually pretty cool. I'm just gonna show you what I got. So actually, you literally got the mirror card. Then you got
dang, the mirror for a twin soul. Wow.
Yeah. Then you got the stone. Then you got the seed. These all came out, by the way. I was planning on only pulling one, and they all came out. So then you've got the prayer. And then you've got the offering. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Deep. That's the story. Like, right? That's the story.
Right. Wow. So I mean, it's crazy how I'm feeling. I'm going to look up what actually, this is the one card that I needed. So when you think of a mirror, right, you think of like, that's the journey of the twin flame. There's a mirroring that happens. And if you are able to tune into that subtle energy and notice, I guess at a soul level, that there's a way deeper connection than there ever could be with like another person, and you feel it very deep within your soul.
It's like a kinship. It's a kinship,
yes,
right?
There's
not usually like a sexual or even romantic sometimes, but it's. How would you describe? You're a twin. How would you describe that feeling when you meet? Like you knew each other, Jai?
Oh yeah.
Like, who is that? Where have you been?
Yeah, exactly. No, there was instant connection, and it was spiritual. It was like my soul had been yearning for that forever. And when we finally met, it was like here in front of my face.
The familiarity, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh, here you are. Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Plus I really prayed. I prayed for it, interestingly enough, so I think that like prayer, okay, so like since you did actually get the prayer card and that just come out, I think that if whatever you focus your energy on, that's your prayer. That's your prayer, and that's what you're planting. Those are the seeds that you're planting. That's what you're literally like offering the world. Now, the stone, this is the one that I'm going to pull from the book. The stone is the anchor. It's the eternal. It's the rock. As an archetypal object, the stone holds psychic and literal weight. Its energy is one of permanence, concreteness, and reliability. The stone's ability to transform into nearly imperceptible to us, as it changes ever so slowly over countless of human lifespans. A single stone may see thousands of generations come and go. Therefore, it contains an ancient and eternal presence. The stone is best used to anchor our wild side. So no matter how far we roam, we can always find our way back. The stone tethers us to earth, helping to ground and connect us to stillness, quiet, and peace. When this card appears, it is likely the stone is a remedy for what ails us. Humble and easily unnoticed, the power of the stone balances the frenzy of our world. What I'm hearing from this and all the other cards that you got is that this journey that you're on, this twin flame journey that you're on, is a journey that you can literally take very, very far. It's also a journey that is grounded here to earth. Mm-hmm. And that to me brings up the whole mission part of it, that there's a mission that you're here to complete, and this other person is here to like complete that same mission with you. So when you think of the stone as Mother Earth, right? You can literally think of the earth as the stone. That's the energy that's where you're doing the work. That's where you're doing the work. So however you want this to unfold in your life is really your choice. And everything that you put into it, every thought, every word, every action, every feeling, those are all the seeds that you're planting. Those are all the offerings that you're giving to make this prayer come true, because all of those are your prayers. So that's the message that comes through these cards.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Oh, right?
And that was poetry the way that came out. But Kristina, I want to say the thing about the twin soul journey that's so beautiful yet also so difficult for everyone, not just the separation, but what it is because it's so much a reflection, that mirror. It's like a reflection of a reflection of a reflection of a reflection of yourself. And what that means is this, like it can be so beautiful because the love just reflects when you're in each other's presence, and it's so easy. You just think like, I didn't even know that I felt this, because it just flows. Love is love, and you like. But the bad part is, the bad reflects too. Like if you're not loving yourself, it can feel a lot of times like your twin soul is kicking you when you're down. And you know why that is? It's because you're not treating yourself right. You're feeling down and out. And that connection, that conscious energy, not the person in their mind, but the conscious energy says, if this person isn't loving themselves and in balance, it repels me, because it's very interesting.
Can I say something that just came to me? Okay. If you're on a twin soul journey and you're not in union, don't focus on going into union
at all.
Like don't focus on that. Don't make it about the physical. It's not about the physical.
Never was.
You work on yourself, right? But there's a really huge misconception. People think that it's all about the romantic aspect of it, and the story itself is like a romantic story, but remember that's something that was created here in this third dimensional reality, but the twin soul journey is not created here on earth. It is beyond it. So there's no way that I guess us as humans can really comprehend it, but what we do know is that when we do our own work, when we choose to heal ourselves, that will actually, if you are meant to be in union, will get you closer to that. So the work is not about trying to get into union. Like, just forget about it. Like, forget about that part.
And not only that, Jai, what you're saying is so true. And for anyone on that journey, I was talking to someone about this today, that if you are in some kind of separation with that person, and I'm literally telling you, you got to focus on yourself, and it repels, your twin is repelled by you not loving yourself, right? And then you go, okay, but are they going to do this? Guess what that's doing? You're literally pushing them further away as you go, okay, but is there but when this happens, will they do? Okay, push them further away by worrying about them. Keep pushing them further away and repelling them from you, repelling your perfect mirror from you, because your perfect mirror needs you to love yourself 100%, parent, and take care, because that's what allows them to do the same, and it allows you to both do that for each other. It's really crazy. It's really crazy. But you got the Lovers card, which is interesting. That, you know, Gemini, the card of Gemini, Kristina, is the twins. Gemini is the twins. Like, there's so much, if you go, you can do a deep dive into the sign of Gemini and the twins, and look into like any kind of a mirroring thing, and the twins we see on Earth, and what that means when an egg splits, and, you know, all of that. But this is right here about, for me, this card especially, the way that this sort of looks, it's that mirror, like Jai got the card, the mirror, but it's also about reciprocation. You're going to get a lot of reciprocation coming in. You also got, look at this, you got the Two of Wands, which I felt represents you, Kristina, and he's coming out as the King of Pentacles, which I think is representing him. And the reason I say that is because, you know, they're looking, I love that they're finally looking toward each other, right? Which means there's a lot it took for this to be possible. Like, you've been doing so much work for at least a year now on yourself, and really growing in your gifts, your power, and so has he. It must be the case, because he's coming out as the King of Pentacles. That's a really strong, grounded energy. And you're coming out Two of Wands. It's not really so much about the energy you're in, because we know you came out as the Empress so often. This is about a crossroads for you. And just remember, he's always part of the crossroads. Not in, like Jai said, it's not romantic in the physical sense. And it's just, when I talk about your twin soul being part of your crossroads, it's not about, oh, might I move to be with them? No, it's not physical. It's not even 3D based. It's part of the energy that affects everything that happens to you, even when you don't realize it. Your twin soul and you could have activated each other and never in human form be together again. You could be on opposite ends of the earth. That energy still can heal so much besides just yourself, if you first let it heal you. I'm doing that right now myself. So King of Pentacles tells me he is maturing, he's growing, and he is going to be a stable individual. But for you, what does that mean? So how is that affecting you? It's saying this crossroads you're at right now, you're also feeling things a lot, very viscerally. I feel like this robe was speaking to me about passion and like a visceral feeling. If you're feeling that kind of energy, like that charged energy a little bit, maybe even, you know, sexually, there's a reason for that too. It may also mean, you know, that it can represent some kind of mirroring, but to me, it can also represent a sign, like a signal that things are coming into the physical. Things are being brought into this third dimension, because sex does exist on other dimensions too, but it is a very third dimensional thing for the most part. Like, I know there's a lot of fourth dimensional energies that affect sex too, or the sex effects, but this is saying to me, and I don't know why it's so much about sex, but it is for you. It's visceral. And it's about like physically feeling. And I think also with your gifts, you need to understand you're going to be physically feeling things before they happen. In the twin soul journey, and the twin soul journey is your journey. So in your life path, your journey, you're going to be physically feeling things before they happen, Kristina. Okay. This is so cool how this came out. You got Archangel Michael, and it's the energy of transmutation.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's so cool and so beautiful, because everything in Twin Souls is really about transmuting things. You guys transmute each other's, you can transmute and heal each other's traumas when you're balanced and centered and working properly, and there's not all this, like, you know, toxicity. It's a beautiful thing. But I think for you, what this is saying is you need to talk to Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael will assist you in so many things, but specifically Archangel Michael's going to assist you in healing the energy of transmutation, because there's something that needs, maybe some oil, or a tightened, like a bolt needs to be tightened. Something's not working quite right on this transmutation energy, and you are at a crossroads, right? And you're feeling some physical things happening. So it's important to get that going. So don't avoid connecting with Archangel Michael, Kristina. Good luck. That's what I got. All right, next is Valerie.
All right, what's your question? And hey, everyone that's coming in, the list is still open, you guys. You can sign up.
Yeah, I'm gonna check while she's putting hers up. I don't think anybody knew.
This Purium drink is so good. Okay, so
what is it? Is it your usual one, or is it something new?
No, it's the same. Just
your shake. Yeah,
just really good. Yeah. So Valerie's question is, what guidance does Spirit have for me feeling a little overwhelmed with decisions? So the way that you sign up for a reading, you guys, is there's in the description, it'll tell you basically you can do Cash App or PayPal. Cash App is Money Sign Ray of Light Tarot. Yeah, and then the PayPal, you'll see the email right there. So just go into the description. Yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I just want to say, and guys, just send the 3838. You don't have to send us anything. Just send it, and we'll check. I'll check it and get you on. Like, you don't have to be like, did you get it?
Somebody was asking they were just asking how to sign up.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So nobody's okay.
Yeah.
How did you know? I thought they were. It just sounds like. So even after you sign up, guys, if anyone else does sign up tonight, you don't have to say, did you get it? Did you get it? Because I'm going to check it periodically, just so you guys know. Okay.
Yeah.
It can distract people in the chat.
Yeah. Okay. So her question is, what guidance does Spirit have for me? She's feeling a little overwhelmed with decisions.
Yes.
I'm having electronic issues too. Like, my screen doesn't show us. It just shows the live chat. It's really weird. But then on my iPad, it shows us. So I'm just thinking it's my phone, but I don't know,
Yeah. Now that's weird, right?
Yeah. It's never happened before. Interesting. I just actually really love these cards that you got, Valerie. Just going to go ahead and start.
What was her question again? I'm sorry. What guidance
does Spirit have for her because she feels really overwhelmed with decisions?
Go ahead. I'm going to mute this.
Okay. Yes, it is from an answer from both of us. Hang on a second. I got to take care of this. Sorry, there's someone going crazy in the chat. These trolls, man.
Oh God, is it one of those all caps like masturbation things?
Yeah,
Somebody was doing that this morning.
Stupid.
So obnoxious and rude.
And here we go. Put user in timeout. Okay.
Like, seriously, do you not have a life, whoever that is?
I know. I think it's a robot because no one can type that fast. Okay.
Yeah.
So here we go. All right, Valerie, here we go. The first card you get is the Threshold. And what I'm seeing is like, you see how there's like the feet and they're like, you're at the edge. You're at the edge of something, like you're at the threshold of something really powerful. And it's like, what I'm getting is like, you're so close. Like, you're so close. The next card you get is the Womb. And look at that powerful triangle. And then there's also the Storm. So, I mean, look at the flow of
I got the Tower. You got the Storm and I got the Tower. Look, okay, this tower has a tornado.
Oh my God. Yeah. Whoa. Okay. So like, so you're like at the edge of something. And it's almost like when you look at this card, it's like this person is still in the womb. They're at the edge of like being born, right? They're at the edge of like being fully released into a new world and leaving that comfortable space that is the womb. but ready for something like really powerful. And we all know that, like, to me, him getting the Tower card and getting the Storm card, it doesn't feel like it's going to be a negative thing. It just feels like right now life feels stormy, but it's because you're at the edge of something really powerful that's coming. I'm going to stop there and I'll let you say what you got, and I'm going to pull a couple more cards from a different deck.
Cool. Yeah, I like that. So yeah, the two majors actually came out for her from the tarot, the Tower and the Moon. So I know this could be very frustrating. If these are the two energies that are contributing to your experience right now, I would imagine that's very frustrating. Because what this is, the Tower and the Moon together, to me, this is like something feeling like a storm, like it's something could even feel like it's falling apart. And the Moon is like, you may not understand what's going on. The Moon, it can be secrets and a lot that's hidden and deep emotions and this well of maybe even grief or who knows. So it's like going through a storm with a blindfold on. That's what I feel you're experiencing in some ways, Valerie, and that just the idea of someone going through, this reminds me, I don't know if anyone has ever seen the movie Places in the Heart in the 80s. Sally Field was a woman they lived in the South on a farm, and her husband was the sheriff and he was killed. And then she had to find money to pay their mortgage, and she planted a cotton field, and she had to pick cotton. Well, a tornado, she had someone who was blind come and like help work for her and live with her, who made chairs, and a tornado came. And he was blind, and he had to like help get things put away when the tornado was blowing, and he had to use like clotheslines to walk him to where he needed to get while he's blind. And that's what I was thinking of, was that scene. And that's what I feel like you're going through, like the blind man in the tornado using a clothesline to get where he needs to go and not even really sure what to do when he gets there. So it's okay, Valerie. I would be overwhelmed too. But here's the thing. Look at the 3 Archangel cards came out for you, and they're good news. Ooh. You've got Uriel, trust. Wow. So it's saying trust, and then the other 2, you got Uriel again and Raphael, and it's abundance and empathy. So you can't argue with this. Like, it's clear that as crazy as this is, it's all going to make sense. And it's not only going to make sense, whatever you're going through, you're going to be thankful for in retrospect. You're going to be grateful for the experience in retrospect because of what the outcome is.
Look at what else you got. Okay. So we got the womb in the original deck. And then this one, we got the void. In the new Rebecca deck, we got the void. It says, Stop, embrace winter in the great cosmic womb. So, I mean,
that's it.
The great, like,
that is deep, I mean,
man. Yeah. I know,
so
right?
It's like she's in the void right now. I mean,
right.
A lot
you're
of us
like,
are.
You're on the, like, whoa, you're on the edge. But here, let's look at these 2 cards, okay? Last 2 cards. One is the courageous peony, multifaceted, unique nature. Let yourself be seen. All right, here's this card. And then the next Beautiful. One is your life is a canvas. This is you being an artist. This is about manifestation and also creating accountability. Your life is a canvas. What that tells me is like, you're ready to be born into something new, and in the new world, you're going to be the artist.
And I have to interrupt to just say real quickly, Valerie, what Jai just read about you are an artist, and as an artist, I'm an artist as well. And as a creative person, a creator, I mean, a lot of us, Jai is an artist. As artists, we know, as artistic people, we know it's sometimes hard to be accountable. Like, that's part of being artistic, is to kind of flow and do, but it's so important. You're being called right now to hold yourself accountable. In other words, to take accountability for the fact that whatever you're doing, whatever you're creating as an artist right now, whatever you've been needing and wanting to create but haven't done it, it's now time to take the action part and to hold yourself accountable to take the action, because Spirit wants to use you to do something transformative. And you can't be used and do that if you're not holding yourself accountable and keeping your nose to the grind. You got to. We
That
have
is
to.
crazy, but that's exact. So the more I look
Sorry, I
at
had
these
to say
cards, the
that.
more, no, it's fine. The more I
Yeah,
look at these cards, the more I feel like there's a fertility aspect to this, you know, like when you think about a womb, it's like, it's something
Ooh,
about to be
yes.
birthed, you know?
Or right now, I feel like it's about to be conceived. Like
Or that,
the
yes. So
conception is
all the process of it.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
really powerful reading, Valerie.
It's always darkest right before the dawn, Valerie. And don't be afraid of the darkness. Don't be afraid of not seeing. Don't be afraid of being that blind man in the middle of the tornado, because guess what happens? He's the hero. In that movie, he's actually one of the heroes. Okay. Like he's able to save 2 children. There's just the metaphors that I feel for you right now are so beautiful, especially, and that's why the fact that Uriel's saying trust, Archangel Uriel, and you got 2 Uriel cards. Talk to Archangel Uriel. This angel wants to help you. Okay. And the trust, it's all about trust that's going to bring in that abundance for you. I love it.
Amazing. Yeah.
That's awesome. Powerful. I don't think we have anybody else. So we might be done and good to go. Yeah. I don't see anyone else. Did I miss anybody? Is anybody here that we missed? You might want to ask that too, because I'm not sure.
Did anyone make a payment? Does anybody want to get on the list?
We are here if you want to, but otherwise we're cool with wrapping it up, because I know for both of us, we were kind of tired.
Yeah, it was, I mean, for me, it was a pretty like intense weekend. There was a lot that happened.
Yeah, I'm working on a lot of personal readings right now. A lot of people have been registering for my Map of Destiny reading because I put it on sale. So I have like now 5 or 6 of those to do. I've got to check. So they're on sale, by the way. If you want to get the Map of Destiny, only till the end of January. So like what, 3 more days. It's $90 if you book it through Cash App. Cash App, $90 Map of Destiny, which is a big discount. It's like a $60 to $80 discount, depending on what the price was before for you. So yeah. Anyway, well, it was fun, Jai. That was great.
Yeah, thank you.
And I know we're going to get a lot of people asking questions about the course. We look forward to Sunday.
Yeah, we should go live one more time this week before. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, I'm open to it.
Do that again.
And if you have any questions, you can definitely email us or whatever. But I think check out the link if you're thinking about joining us on this journey. Masterclass.
The masterclass is going to be pretty awesome.
It's going to be so fun. It's going to be so fun and so informative. But if you're thinking about joining us, check out the link, and don't hesitate if you have any questions, but check out the link first, because there's a lot of information about
it'll tell you exactly what we're going to cover and talk about and things like that. So that's where you can get more info. Yeah,
we didn't go into it yet, guys, but we'll roll out like what we're going to be offering throughout the year and what courses. We're kind of still, we've got an outline, but we haven't decided. We haven't sealed the deal on everything, but we will let you know. It's going to be fun. Yeah. You're going to love it. Okay, guys?
Yeah. So. Thank you. Okay, we'll see you guys later. Satnam.
Love you guys. Have a good night.